Hello, hello, everyone. So I had a brief moment of hearing double. Welcome to today's chatting stream. I am Sanish. I'm here to just yap about different topics. It's a Friday. I got a bottle of wine. What a time to stream. And this isn't Dark Souls. This isn't fiddle practice, thankfully. This is just good old-fashioned drinking some wine, having a chat. I got my list of topics here because that often helps me. I don't always stick with them, and I'll say something bold, which might only be an hour long. But you know what? That's been notoriously wrong in the past. Let me know, as always, if the background music is too loud, too quiet, just right. Just right. So I realized I wrote things down, but I didn't write down an order. What do I want to start with today? It's getting warmed up here. The music stopped. Ominous. I'll start with the sad Foxboy part. I've been interviewing for this job for the last month. I just got rejected today. Was it a month? Maybe it was more than a month. Okay, now I'm curious. How long was this? It's like, search my Gmail here. I hope it's not on the screen. Let's see. May 27th? No, oh, I guess it's been a month. Yeah. I started May 27th, the interview process, and it just ended today. It's a month long. And I wasn't even like halfway through it. It was like a 2-month interview process. And I'm like, dear Lord. I kind of missed the days. Not a lot of pros, a lot of cons of just the 1-day interviews where it'd be like, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 6 interviews on site, lunch included. I kind of missed those interviews, just because it was rip the Band-Aid off, right? You talk to the recruiter, you get in, you all in 1 day, and then within a week you hear back. And none of this 2+ months. I've been kind of going through and unpacking the whole interview process, this job prospect, and I'm trying to talk myself into I didn't want this job, and I'm pretty confident from the get-go I didn't want this job, but there's that feeling, that deep feeling of I wanted to be the one to reject them, not them rejecting me. It's very different. And so it was sad. Here, I'll do a quick pro con. Here's the pros of this job that I did not get. Pros: twice the pay. Pretty big pro. Con: twice the work. This is probably the biggest top line item across the board is I would get paid about double. I would have to work probably twice as much. Now, keep in mind, right now I work about 4 hours a day. I have to work 8 hours a day at this new job. And the problem is I built up a lot of hobbies during the daytime that this would really cut into, like going to the gym, for one. That's there's an hour in the day. Cooking, started doing slow cooking, beans or prepping vegetables or doing mise en place for dinner. That cuts into my afternoon. I have 2 p.m. coffees I'd get and practice fiddle with, chatting with friends on Discord, posting memes. There's a lot of things that get cut here. Grocery shopping, chores, sometimes just reading a manga on my couch. A lot of these things I would lose if I had a job that required me playing Genshin Impact on my iPad during work meetings. I would lose a lot of these. So that kind of top line. And I kind of went in knowing that I probably didn't want this job. The ideal pipeline was current job, current job, new job for 6 months, quit. That was the ideal pipeline. Now I can't do that. Now this is out. I'm gonna have to do current job straight to quitting. And it's much harder to quit a job without anything lined up. We're just like, yeah, I'm quitting. I just don't want to work anymore. It's not me, it's you. I move on. Sadly, I might have to do that sooner rather than later. Or the other ideal is getting laid off. My real hope is get layoff plus like, I've been there 5 years, 5 months severance. Like, this is the ideal for 2 reasons. 1, free 5 months of pay. That's a bonus. 2, if I could take the layoff and save like my coworker's job, who is like on an H-1B visa, he just moved to Texas like a year or 2 ago from Canada, and like he has a kid. I'm like, that guy needs the job. If there's layoffs, let me take that bullet and that severance package and get out of here. But the dream is to quit, and then I could go do, I don't know, nothing. Loaf. Video games? Anime backlog? Ooh, anime backlog would be a good one. Realistically, I'd want to make an indie game, so it'd be really realistically good-o. Game dev. Honestly, that's my ideal. Doing more streams at like better times of day that aren't 7 p.m. So, I didn't get the job. I got the email today. We're fine with all that. We're done with that. We're done with that. Moving on. Like, I work in the video game industry, and like, honestly, their portfolios of games kind of sucked. Like, it was like, they're like, oh, in this vertical, we have 100 mobile titles. And I'm like, that sounds awful. Just awful. I don't want 100 mobile titles to work on. Please. I want like give me a game studio that has like 1 to 3 titles in it. Like give me like 1 live service, 1 experimental title, and like 1 upcoming like point release. Perfect. That's the ideal ratio to be working on. 100 mobile titles. They say they have like a game launch every month. I'm just like, ugh. It's like, it's not like Zynga, but it's like, I like it. I know because my friend did this. He went to a mobile casino game company for like a year or 2, and it sounded pretty awful. But I'm like, but double pay. Sell out a little bit. That's fine. I am ready to exit the industry. I'm ready to say, data, goodbye. And just be an indie game dev / VTuber. This is a true calling. And by calling, mean it's what I want to do, not what I'm good at. It's like I'd be going from like, I'm like, here, if I got paid $100 over here, so you're going to paying $0. It's fine. Oh, get that out of there. Get that out of there. A bit of a bummer. I wanted to at least go through the whole thing, but that's life. That's how it is. My current job isn't like bad. It's just kind of annoying. And I get paid probably I don't get paid too much. I get paid enough. When I originally made this note, it was just like, oh, talk about the process. And now this update was rejection. Could be worse. It could be worse. I'd much rather get rejected from a job offer. Like, there are much worse rejections out there. Like, what if you ask someone on a date and they reject you? Pretty awful. Ask a friend to hang out and they reject you. Pretty awful. You submit a scab request and they reject you. Pretty awful. So here we are, recovering. Going to go into the weekend. Going to have a tea party with friends with some cake. Going to work on my little Godot game for a bit. Gonna drink some more wine. Gonna watch some anime, as God intended. So I think anime is mostly slowed down because we're like between seasons. So I might try to start pick some things off my backlog. I've been meaning to start Gintama for like 4 years now, so maybe now's the time to start Gintama, catch up on Genshin Impact, other things like that. Start a single player game that's not streamed. Wild. But fiddle practice. Definitely fiddle practice. We'll talk about that. Fiddle practice. Might do a fiddle practice stream tomorrow if I can pull myself in my bootstraps. But first, that kind of leads into that topic. I want to briefly go through some of the art I commissioned recently because I love it. I love the art and I want to share it because I think it is amazing. I posted on Blue Sky. I put in my schedules, but I still want to share it. Too bad. So sad. So I got three pieces came in. I have, I think, 3 commissions outstanding. Good. Where's my commission list? Yep, I got 3 outstanding. One started, 1 approved, and 1 is in a SCEB request state. So I'm hoping that it's accepted. I've had some ideas of. I realized I want to commission a bunch of different Sanish outfits, not to make like a new model, but just to like have different outfits for different types of art requests. And then I got the inspiration because I saw someone mentioned of like getting like a gender bent Sanish commission, see what that's like. But that has to wait at least a week until I get the July art commission budget. I overspent this month. So here's one I got. We recently had a heat wave in Seattle for a couple weeks, and with the start of summer, I'm like, I need a summer commission. So here's the summer. It's above me. The summer commission that I got. It's like I got them all these. Oh no. There we go. This is my summer commission I got. Look, it's me. This was how I spent last weekend and the weekend before that, during the heat wave. Just me, my fans, tiny shorts. I'll admit I did not wear a crop top because I'm fine with very, very short shorts. I'm not yet quite fine with a crop top, though I admit this sort of crop top does look fairly cool and is tempting and maybe on my shopping list to get in the future. So I use one a lot. This one is from I have it written down somewhere. Oh, I know I have it written down. Ha! Streaming, commissioned. This is from Tiny Witch on VGen. Your character here art. What I've been finding is like, it's kind of hard to commission your character here style art with a male VTuber model, because a lot of them are just like, here's a big busty woman base model, and you're like, do you have like a non-busty model? And sometimes it's like, not really. Sometimes you do. So that's what I like a lot because it represented dealing with the summer months, the poor summer months. And then I got this one came in yesterday, I think, and I love this one a lot. This is from Ralire, R-A-L-I-R-E. I can write it here on VGen, and it's your character hero art, but she's able to make it flat chested, which I appreciate, and it's like me. Kind of hard to wink. But I like this one a lot. The timing came in pretty well because I'm actually having a couple friends over. Well, a local bakery called Coyle's Bake Shop is having like a seasonal Victoria sponge cake. when they have a limited number available on weekends, and I got one on reserve, and so it's like a quarter of this giant ass cake. And I'm like, I cannot eat this on my own. So I'm having some friends over on Sunday to have some Victoria sponge cake action. And this commission came in the perfect timing for it, and I love it a lot. I think this just really speaks to my deep, deep desire that I wish I could quit my job and work in a maid cafe. Not gonna happen. Because there aren't any maid cafes in the area. There's like one maid cafe that shows up at conventions that operates out of Portland, I think. But there's no established maid cafe in the Seattle area. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. And they probably don't want to hire a guy pushing 40. I was born too early to work in a maid cafe. Okay. And then this is one I've been waiting like 4 months for. This was not a year here. This is a brand new commission from Gad the Thief. That is like probably one of my favorite commissions to date. This is one I absolutely adore. Let me just put it here in the middle. I love everything about this piece. The big challenge for this one was there's 2 pose options. It was this one and another pose, and it was so hard to choose between them. I'm tempted to, when I get my budget refreshed, I'm considering requesting the other pose, because I like it a lot. Or what I might do is I might wait until I get some of these, like, do a couple outfit commissions and then get one of the same artist, different outfit, similar style. But I just absolutely love this art style, and I think I'm very much veering towards like finding artists who have cool, unique art styles and art vibes, and just like commissioning them, because you can definitely get like generic anime things, which is like definitely nice, but like something like this that has like just oozing with style is like Gad the Thief. It's just so good, and I love everything about it. It's granted it's more like a Halloween one, and I was gonna like update all my like profile pictures to be like the face on this one, but I'm like, that's not really a summertime profile picture, you know? And so I'm going to save that profile picture for summer, or for fall, and just I just love everything about it. I feel it so deeply in my soul, deep in my Chuni's soul. I think if I was more wholehearted with myself growing up, and more true to myself, and if I had like the encouragement to go down the route, I would have 100%. I would have been lost to the Chuni ways. I say here as a VTuber. And I think I've realized I just finished watching an anime called like, I asked out the pretty healer in the hero's party or something about a Chuni demon asking out someone on the hero's party, and like I realized I have a deep affinity for any main character in an anime who's Chuni and who has to deal with the embarrassment of being Chuni. I feel it deep. What I loved about Gad the Thief is they took a while. They had a huge backlog, and they were upfront and they're like, I have a pretty big backlog for requesting new things. I think at college as well, and I'm like, any artist who has college, I'm like, please focus on your school. That's what's important. I can wait an extra month or 2. They also included a couple extra pieces with it. This extra piece, which I like a lot as a banner. Again, a Halloween banner. I just really love like the sketchy line style of it. It's so like, it's so good. It speaks deeply into me. The mischievous, evil side of Sanish. And then the on the favorite. I'm trying to think about like probably pairing this with the pairing these two together. Pairing these two together to make a Halloween profile and banner is kind of what I'm thinking about doing, or commissioning more between now and then. There's another artist with a similar style called like Aime, like a mosquito VTuber, who has a pretty cool style, but I'm not sure I have the right, like, I'll think about some people. I'm like, it's similar for like, there's some pinup artists who do like pinup anime art who I really love the style, not necessarily the pinup content. And I'm like, do I try commissioning a pinup artist for a Standish, for a non-sexy pinup Standish? And lastly, this doodle came in as well, which I love this doodle. I love the style. I love the art style of the like the stick arms and feet, and like this is very much how I felt looking at that art piece of just like me and my chuny self, and then having to go back to work. And I'm like, especially because it came in on like I lived on Sunday, so I was just like, I was playing Dark Souls. I had this art in, I was feeling great, and then like back to work on Sunday, I guess. But it's someone pointed out, one of my friends kindly pointed out that I would not have an Employee of the Month mug, to which I say, how dare you? And when I follow up with a, never said it was my Employee of the Month mug, maybe I stole the Employee of the Month mug, maybe I found a box of them in the supply closet and I took one out for myself. Wouldn't put it past me, wouldn't be the first time. It's like, did you know you can just like commission like award plaques for whatever you want, and no one verifies them, so you can make up an award for yourself, pay the $50 and get it commissioned and engraved, like #1 softball player 2003 Sanish VTuber, or Sanish Arun really. But I thought about it. I've thought deeply about it ever since getting a little crystals. I got a little crystal, like I won a hackathon at Microsoft and I got a little crystal thingy from it. And it made me realize, I'm like, you can just commission, you can just like buy these. You can buy these and have someone etch them with whatever you want. You're free. You're free to make your chuny dreams. Some of the recent art stuff that I like. I realized, sadly, one of my friends who normally watches these streams, and they watch it, and I know their cat watches as well, because I've seen photos of their cat. They have my stream up on their TV, and they have pictures of their cat watching me on the TV screen. But they just moved yesterday to my neighborhood, which I'm very excited about. Having a friend move from, like, they're in Tacoma. If you don't know the Seattle area, Tacoma is a port town about 45 minutes, an hour and a half to 45 minutes south. And it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say look down on by Seattle, but it's kind of like an outpost city of Seattle, not like a suburban outpost like Redmond or like Kirkland or like suburban outpost of Seattle. I want to say Tacoma's kind of like I'd say like a industrial outpost of Seattle. They have a port, they have some factories and mills there, they have Tacoma Aroma, they have a Tacoma Dome, a theater, there's like a casino, Chihuly Art Museum. Like Tacoma's fine. Tacoma's fine. UW has a campus there. That's right. But they're moving from Tacoma to a 20-minute walk away from me, and I am ecstatic for it. I'm ecstatic because I love spending time with this friend, and I love having them over, and I'm excited to ease that friction. Often like you're hanging out like, oh well, I gotta go, or I can't, like I gotta go because I have to drive an hour home, or it's like, oh I can't have a drink because I have to drive home. But now that now everyone's walking distance, now we're all walking distance, or I can go over there and get trash and stumble home on my own. Oh, delighted. But I believe they are unpacking at the moment and don't have internet. Such is the moving life. But watching someone go through the whole packing and moving process, I'm just like, I'm glad I don't have to do that for a long time. Just glad. But it means we do have a bar crawl scheduled for them next Friday. So no stream next Friday because I'm going to be getting trashed. Got sidetracked there. Let's go pivot, hard pivot. I've done 2 fiddle practice streams. So if we draw a little fiddle here, I just looked down at my closed fiddle case as if I could see what it looks like. It's like, oh no, this isn't what a fiddle looks like at all. Four strings and like a, there we go, fiddle, perfect. And there's like a little, like it's like a block thing. It goes like this, and there's like the bridge here, and then you go here. You got like the scroll, and you got the little pegs out the side. Fiddle, one shittily drawn Picasso style fiddle. I've done 2 fiddle streams. I did one a week and a half ago or so, and I did one on Tuesday. I did one. I'm like, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But then on last Sunday, I think someone in chat was like, when are you doing the next fiddle stream? And I'm like, oh no, someone has explicitly asked for this. So I'm gonna try to do more fiddle hand cam streams going forward. But I did have, so I had 4 classes, 3-week break, and then I have 4 more classes, and the first one started up on Wednesday. So I started the second set of these fiddle lessons from a Scottish instructor. And my first class, the beginner course, was 4 weeks, 4 lessons, 2 of us in the class, just me and a lady maybe 5 years older than me, 10 years older than me. And this time for this second series of the less beginner course, I guess, there's 4 of us in this class, which is fantastic. It's fantastic for 2 reasons. 2 reasons. One, with 2 people in a class, you cannot hide in the background. It's like the teacher sees 2 people and you're one of them. So if you're like not doing great or like you fumble, like everybody knows. 4 people, you can hide just a little bit. And I'm like, oh, what a relief. Which contrasts to private lessons. Private music lessons, if you have not done or like any sort of private one-on-one lesson, it's so stressful. Like you're like, you're paying them to teach you. Great. But that means they're going to like spend an hour sitting there perceiving you, just looking at you and like making sure like you do better. But like an hour being perceived, oh, my little foxboy heart can't take it. So a 4-person class, great. What I learned, the 2 things I learned is of the new students, one of them also works in the game industry, which is a fun fact to learn about somebody. One of them had a bunch of like, had a really cool cat tote bag that I didn't get a chance, and like some cat, like, I think she had like a cat calf tattoo. And so I forgot to compliment her on how those look because I didn't have the opportunity, but I need to do that. And then one of them I learned, this is the wild part. This is the crazy part to me. Someone working in the same industry in Seattle, not unusual. A lot of game companies in Seattle, fine. Now, if she said she was a VTuber, I would be shooked. No one said that. No one says they're a VTuber. Like if someone says they're a VTuber, they either trust you or they like me and they have 2 people watching at best, and it's fine. There's no doxing issues. I found out the lady who's with me in the previous class, she is from the same tiny ass mountain town that my mom is from. And that is like, age-wise, no chance of overlap, but it's still like, this is a town of like 3,000 people. And yet like once a year, I run into somebody from this tiny ass mountain town in California. And I'm just like, what is going on? How are there so many people? Or I have 2 hypotheses. People from that area are more likely to have identified themselves with that area, right? Like if you're from like suburban California, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm from Citrus Heights. Like you're not going to say that. You're going to say like Sacramento or something, right? You're not going to say I'm from Thousand Oaks. You're going to say like, oh, I'm from like north of LA. use that as like the anchor point, right? Because it's like your suburb sucks, so you're not gonna say you're from there. I'm from Ventura. Like no one says that. And so, oh, clips peeked out there. So my hypothesis is these small mountain towns have like a much stronger like a local identity, such that people are more willing to say they're from those small mountain towns. For example, I know people will say they're from Chico, but no one says they're from like Reading, right? Hypothesis 1. Hypothesis 2. Hypothesis 2 here. These small mountain towns suck. And so when you're a teenager, you're like, this place sucks. And so you leave. So everyone leaves these small mountain towns. And because like, I know their high school there is like 2,000 people, 2,400 people, which is a pretty big high school. And so a large fraction probably like bounce out of there. And like, cause I know what my mom did. When she graduated high school, she left that small mountain town, went to college in SoCal. And it's like, I'm never returning to that small mountain town until like 10, 15 years ago. She's like, actually, the small mountain town is pretty nice. And then like my grandmother was still living there, needed help. So my parents moved to that small mountain town. Now they love their small mountain town. And I'm like, 10 years ago, I'd be like, this small mountain town sucks. So I went there every summer, right? I spent summers there. I spent Christmas breaks in this small mountain town. There's a Hallmark movie based on it. I'll just name it. The town's called Nevada City, California. Nevada City, California. And or Grass Valley is the other adjacent town. Oh no. Did I have it wrong? There's maybe I'm wrong. There's a Hallmark film called I thought it was called The Christmas Letter. Maybe I'm wrong. Based in that small mountain town. It's literally a Christmas Hallmark town. It's disgusting. But I would never actually it's one of these, you look at the small community in the small little downtown, you're like, oh, this is very nice. This is very nice. And you think about living there and you're just like, you have to drive everywhere. It's like you have to drive everywhere, or it's like there's no anime group or scene there, or it's all old people. I don't know, man. It's like, this is why I've been in Seattle for 15 years. Is I moved here. I'm just like, oh, thank God, a bunch of introverted nerds who spending their time inside. Woo, woo, finally my people. But finding out that someone in my fiddle class is from that small mountain town, and the instructor used to live in the California town my dad is from. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. But I'm glad having classes again. It's really hard. Fiddle classes are very hard for me because learning things is hard. 1. 2, my fiddle teacher teaches by listening and memorization. There's no sheet music. And I'm used to learning by sheet music. So I have to remember what the notes are and how the song sounds, which is man, my brain's not wired for this. So it's good. It's good. It's forced me to do something new, but I'm it's hard. Which you'll see in any of my fiddle practice sessions. I'll probably do one tomorrow. One thing that I'm always thought about doing hand cams for piano or fiddle is I've never I don't think I've done any of my hand cam streams where my nails are painted. And I'm looking at my nails right now. I'm I wish I painted them. But it's one of them is chipping a little bit. I think I need a different a different base coat. Which the friend who just moved said they have a base coat I could try, but it's currently packed, and I will check in July, which is coming up. So that's the fiddle class update on that one. That vaguely ties in. I had a week of every a couple months, I have to reluctantly accept. I hate this. I hate having to do this. That I need to go pay professionals for some self-care-esque things. One of them is I went to get a bang cut on yesterday, which my hairstyle is, it's a bit long. Hair gets in your eyes, which is most of the time it's fine. But if like you're putting on like face moisturizer and like your hair lands in that moisturizer you're applying, and now you have moisturizer in your hair, you're just like, this is not how I wanted this to go. Not how I wanted it to go at all. It's not how it's supposed to be. Or it gets like on your glasses. Oh man. Like if you put like, I have like a leave-in conditioner I use, and like the top of my glasses frame get like a bunch of smudges on them. I'm just like, time with the old bangs trim. I do know I have one friend who she trims her own bangs in the, it's called panic bang trim in the bathroom. I am not in the point of being able to panic trim my own bangs. But the, let's give it a particular song. Sorry, Suzuki BGM. The part of this is like any of these sorts of like you're paying someone to get something done, and you have to talk. Generally speaking, you have to chat with the person, and sometimes like I know it's a chatting stream, and so it might be hard to believe. Sometimes I don't want to chat with people. I know, hard to understand. All my friends, when I say it to my friends, they're all shocked. They're like, what do you mean you don't like talk? What do you mean? What do you mean you find it hard to talk to people? I'm like, oh, it happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Oh no. It happens sometimes. So I was talking to my hairdresser, and they were first I picked, my friend recommended the salon. I looked at the hairdresser list, and I picked the queerest person on that list. That's just how I live my life these days. And they were asking, like, oh, like, what are your plans? Like, what have you been doing recently? What do you have coming up? And I mentioned I need to get my actual full haircut scheduled for the end of July because of a family reunion sort of event I have to go to. And they're asking about that, and I just had to like, I had to quickly think on my feet how to distill down the fact that like my family is super nice, but they're all normies. And I didn't know how to like say that without using the phrase, they're all normies. You know, like I feel safe. I feel it's a safe place. I try to cultivate a safe place where I can say, not in a derogatory way, not in a look at those normies holding hands, I wish their heads would explode, I hate Valentine's Day sort of way, but more in a like, they're not into video games or anime or streaming or anything I like to do. They wouldn't know what a Vocaloid was. They don't know what a Genshin Impact is. They don't know what, like, maybe they could name Dragon Ball if push comes to shove. Like, they go to like Metallica concerts. They do like fly airplanes as a hobby, or do softball or indoor soccer leagues, or like they have dogs they take for walks, they go for hikes and stuff. One of my cousins likes or went through a phase where he loves skydiving. I'm just like, not for me. And so I had to explain to our hairdresser that like, I like my family, they're lovely people, but like I feel very much like the black sheep, which is a bit, I always find it a bit ironic because this family event I'm going to is it's for my gay uncle's wedding reception, and he's always built himself as the black sheep of the family. First off, not because he's gay, because he had a drug problem. Slight difference. But like, I'm like, am I the black sheep of the family? Probably. Nah, it's fine. One of my friends is looking for houses, and he's posting like some Redfin things, and he posted a couple today, and I looked at him like, that is like 5 houses down for where my cousin lives. And I just paused for a second. I'm like, my cousin 5 years ago, my cousin's like 3 years younger than me, moved to Seattle, got a job at Boeing, got a girlfriend, bought a house, and not once in that 5-year period have I ever talked to him. We've not texted. We have not met up for any sort of like anything. at all. My other cousin, she lives in Capitol Hill. She lives like on Boren. Like she lives like 4 blocks from where I used to live. She's like, I think she works at like a book publisher for like romance novels or something, or fantasy novels or something. So some overlap there, but also like it's been 6 years since she moved here. I've only seen her one time in the entire existence of her living here, and that's when my parents were visiting, and my parents scheduled a dinner with both of us. And my dad every year texts like, "Oh, have you reached out to your cousins?" And I'm like, "No." Like, "Oh, but you're the older cousin." I'm like, "No." I have my friends. I have made my different friend groups, and I'm happy with them. Do I need to involve my cousins? No. Should I? No, you're not obligated to do anything for your family. Haha. Now, if I'm talking to them at this family reunion in July and they say we should hang out, I could follow through, make plans, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. I'm not going to text them out of the blue after 33 years of not texting them. I just don't text my family. I don't message my family. I don't talk to them. So trying to distill this down into like a couple sentences to my hairdresser as they are trimming my bangs. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain this without using the word normie to encapsulate the whole feeling. I'm like, how do you say I'm a bit choony and they're all very normie? Like that's hard. There's a lot to unpack for a free bang trim that lasted 15 minutes. But it's fine. I got my bang trim. I have a haircut scheduled in a couple weeks. Going to go back for the full snip. No problem. That one, not awkward, easy peasy. Let's talk about what was awkward. So there's probably 3 things I pay people to do. I pay people to do 4 things in my life, and it's hard for me because I hate this. I hate this feeling, but I do it anyway because I know it's for the best. 1, I pay for house cleaner. My house cleaner came by today, and I figured out the rhythm of like, she cleans my upstairs, and I go to the grocery store and hang out my laptop downstairs. Then she's done with the upstairs, and we flip. I sit. There's a bug. I sit on my bed, and while I'm on my bed, there's like 1 bug flying around. Ha! Got it. Eat my butthole, bug. And then I'm working on Godot or chat with friends or read manga in my bed as she cleans downstairs. No problem, no chatting, fine. Dentist, I pay dentists to go do things. Dentist in your mouth, chatting's minimal because their hands in your mouth. No problem, fine. Hairdresser, I found a hairdresser relatively easy to talk to and get through that. The challenge, the 4th person I pay is laser hair removal. Now, I've talked about this. I've talked about this before, and I'll just reiterate real quickly. I realized about 1.5 years ago wherein I bought a maid dress for SakuraCon, and as part of that maid dress, I shaved my legs to fit into the tights for it. And upon doing that, I realized what's the phrase? Not gender euphoria. Someone said in chat before and I forget. But I realized that like I've always hated my body hair. Like I have deeply hated it ever since I hit puberty. And it made me very uncomfortable and self-conscious in my body. And so I've gone down the journey of removing all my body hair. And so shaving it, I was doing it for a while. Then I realized like after like a couple months of shaving, I'm like, this sucks. Like shaving your legs sucks. And you have to do it like every like a week or every 3 days or whatever you want. And I'm just like, this is hard. This sucks. Like, I don't want to do this. And so I went down the journey about 1 year ago of starting laser hair removal. Starting with a couple areas. I started, here's my charming looking face. My glasses and my little sharp eyes. Face on my neck here, I started off by this area here. It's kind of like everything under like what you consider to be like your beard line down my neck to like this Adam's apple area sucks. Like it was always a pain in the ass to shave. It was a pain to shave with a beard. It was a pain to shave without a beard. I never wanted it. It was shitty to shave and always had a razor burn. And I'm like, I'm just gonna laser that off. I'm gonna get that lasered off and never deal with it again. 2 takeaways from that was 1, that is the most painful thing I've experienced. 1, and I've had my heart broken. 1, 2, it started me down a dark road. It started me down a deep, dark road that I'll never recover from. Namely, them like, oh, if I'm gonna get that lasered, let's just keep going. And so I've gotten like essentially the rest of my torso lasered off. I got my legs lasered, which honestly, if you shave your legs regularly and you can afford it, get them lasered. Like my God, even like 1 lasering session, so much better. Also, I have the a skin tone of a fresh sheet of printer paper, which makes lasering work fairly well on myself. But so yes, last week, the reasons come up in terms of awkwardness. I'm chatting with my laser hair removal lady. She's lasering my upper legs, so like knee upward to like thigh high region. And we're chatting, it's going fine. She's like, oh, what have you done recently? Oh, I went to Leavenworth for the weekend. We're talking about that. She's talking about like, she commutes from an island inward and like maintaining both homes. We're talking about like food stuff. She recommended like flaxseed as like a smoothie add-in. It's going great. And then she's like, oh, we finished the legs. Like we have time left. What else do you want to get done? And so I casually mentioned like, okay, well, I've done like my chest area and I've done my legs area, but there's this gap, right? Essentially from like my waist to like my upper thigh has not been touched by the old laser. And I mentioned like, oh, I kind of want to get like this area done. And my expectation in saying that was kind of like to get some of it done today. She ended up doing most everything, and I will say, I wanted to get this done. But I will say, maintaining a regular ass conversation with somebody as they are lasering your butthole is weird. Or it's like, you're just lasering around my junk and we're going to talk about your kids, or like what it's like some weird interaction you had with some weird person in your apartment building, and I'm like, this is weird. This is very disturbing. Not disturbing, but just like a very strange I love that lasering session. I'm like, what just happened? What just happened here? Then I'm also like, this middle-aged single mother has now seen more of me than literally anybody else in my life. And I'm like, it's a very, very, very strange kind of like experience or like realization to have of just like, it's like I paid a professional to take care of places that nobody else has seen, or very few people have seen, and nobody in the last several years. And so the problem is like, now that we've started this, she's written her notes. She's like, okay, we were doing upper legs, lower legs, chest, full Brazilian. I'm like, oh no, I've signed up now for several sessions of this. Luckily, 8 weeks apart, so I don't think about it for another 2 months. And then I'm gonna go back and be mildly shooked once more. It's a weird thing of like, it's fine once they get started, but that initial beginning feels weird, man. Feels weird. Like I wanted to get it done, I'm glad I'm doing it. Feels weird. And I don't know if having it done by a middle-aged lady who has children is better or worse than having it done by a young woman or B, a guy. I don't know what is like the best like demographic to do this, you know? But she tried to like ease into it by saying, oh, don't worry, I've seen everything. And I'm like, I don't need to know what you have seen. And I imagine you probably have seen a lot of things in your line of work that I don't need to think about. And yet I'm sitting on that table or on that, like that little, like on that sheet thinking, what has she seen? And how do I compare? what's my rating? So that was a fun experience. That was fun. That was great. I love that. That was last Friday. That was last Friday. Just still emotionally recovering from that one. But some things you gotta pay people to do. And I mentioned, I'm like, part of it is like, if you're doing like waxing or something, you have to like let your hair grow out so you can wax. Laser hair is the opposite, where you have to shave before you go in. And so I'm like, I'm sorry if I didn't shave everything. I can't see that area. That's why I'm getting it lasered. She's like, oh, don't worry. And then she like shaved it real quick. I'm just like, I missed a spot. I have the wrong pen in my hand. I'm almost out of wine. Oh, I forgot my wine add-in. Let's see here. You can all see this. Pretend you don't see anything. How do I do this? Is it this button? Yeah. Oh, that's big. How do I pin it? There we go. There we go. Sorry. Oh, sorry for that immersion break. I forgot to pin the wine glass to myself. So that was an experience. That was fun. That was delightful, lovely, fantastic. I'm gonna have to do it again. I've committed now, going down this road. Now, I have no way to transition off that topic. That is a rough topic to transition onto. Rough topic to transition off to. Luckily, I'm done with people poking or prodding me in different ways for at least 3 weeks. I now have I realized I'd schedule it where I have a double duty day of like dentist and haircut. And then I'm going to a concert with a friend. I'm like, I'm going to pooped out of that. The last thing I want to go over, because it was fun, is drop my pen. Started a new Dungeons and Dragons campaign 2 weeks ago. It's my last chatting session. Yes, in my last chatting session, I've had session 0, session 1, and session 2. So in my session 1 session, or session 0, we all got together and we drew a map of the world. And we drew it on I had a large 4x3 battle map with some dry erase pens, and we all drew the map on it, or they drew the map on it, and I kind of like guided them through the exercise. Did a world map, did a regional map. We've had 2 sessions so far. Also, by the way, I say Dungeons and Dragons. By that, I mean Powered by the Apocalypse, Chasing Adventures module, the homebrew setting. I call it Dungeons and Dragons. I will always call it Dungeons and Dragons. That is forever what is in my heart. It's like calling it Kleenex or a Band-Aid. Tough shit. Saying LaCroix when you have like a seltzer, it's fine. But what I did is I took the feedback from my players. I took my feedback and I made a map, and I turned it into a real map, which I'm going to share with you today once I get it. Please load correctly. Hup. Haha. Sorry. I'm excited when these things work. So I made a map out of this. I purchased the, I was looking at different map making tools, and there's a big one called Incarnate, which is a web-based map making tool. And I'm like, you know what? To the deep core of my being, I hate web apps. I hate every web app. I hate all web apps, almost every web app. There's a couple exceptions. Generally speaking, web apps, my beloathed, I hate them so much. So Incarnate being web-based, I'm like, enter Wonderdraft, which was a one-time payment of $30 for a lifetime license forever and ever and ever. And I'm like, hello, my new friend Wonderdraft. So I made a lovely map here of the world my friends made. And so I took their roughly scrawled map and I made 2 regions. This is the old continent where all my players are from. So you have the main town of Astora. We have a gambling town called Long Odds, which hasn't come in yet. I put a wizard tower in there. Bolek, which is a very overly friendly religious town that is a bit of a Serbian bent. We have a forest. We have a convent of a bunch of lesbian witches. Another country up north. Something I added for funsies. But I really enjoyed using this map making program and like drawing out the map and adding all little details into it and making the new continent. My entire campaign is going to happen over yonder in this area. But the fun part about what I like about Wonderdraft is that you can change the let's see, where is it? There's a theme. You can change the overall theme quickly and like be like, oh, I want, and switch the overall vibe of the map. Like Eastward's pretty good. Eastward's a pretty good vibe. And like, I kind of like that disconnect between here's the content of your map and here's the how it looks. Some of them I was tempted to go with over others, but pastel's pretty good. Terra, not good. Warning things that another bug. But I made these maps. I enjoyed making them. I had a couple sessions. Oh my god, it's another bug. I've had my windows open all week to blast fans in and out, and as a result, I have a couple of bugs inside. I had a spider inside for the first time. Terrifying. So it's fun to make the map. You can have like your different symbols, and you can like move them around. And it has like a palette, so you can like set your different palettes for like inked castles. And like, I want this castle. I want to put it. Oh, it's so tiny. Why is it so tiny? Like, I want to put some castles here, or like, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun making maps. Everyone loves maps. Don't judge me. And then I'm gonna hide it for a second. Whew. Would have doxed me. And then we have the actual map area that we're going to be playing the game in. So we have this town of Westport over here. Jan Westport. And I had my friends do. And I feel like this is part of the collaborative world building. As I asked, as I was building this map out, I'm like, okay, here's the rough geography of our area. Give me, and this is part of the Into the Weird and Wild module, give me some rumors of things you've heard about in this world. Tell me of like weird stuff, or like things like someone has told you about in the old country, or things you might want to go investigate. And so they told me, and then I took those and something that I sketched out, I did myself. Like someone said, like in this corner there's like a big swamp, and I'm like, okay, I can make a swamp. There's some of the others, I'm like, 2 of my friends doodle a lot. And I said, hey, can you draw me art for these 6 rumors? And so I had him draw the Cat's Paw Lakes. Oh, Cat's Paw Lakes. came out fantastic. There's a giant tree in the forest. Giant tree in the forest. Have them draw that. One of them had a rumor of a weird wizard who opened up a winery, and so this was the drawing that came from weird wizard in a winery. The players can't actually, like, scale wise, not sure if it renders, but it's weird. It's weird. There's crop circles. Crop circles came out fantastic, really. Place called Big Heads. There's some big heads. Crystals. The crystals. This is the first one that came up, where it's like rumors of bison men, and then on my actual game map, he also wrote like deaf sexy, very chaste was the rumors for his bison men, and then so he had to draw them, and this was his deaf sexy, very chaste bison men who wear ripped off jorts for cultural reasons. And probably my favorite was there's a mountain range called the Three Peaks, and like these came out just perfect, absolutely wonderful. Probably my favorite set of the of all of them. They are, Three Peaks are a throuple, in case you're wondering. So it's fun making maps, like drawing things. My plan is, as the game progresses, to update this core map with other things they do, other rumors, if they find roads or build bridges or discover new cities or towns. There's like an unknown part of the continent down here. Here, up here. One nice thing about Wonderdraft is, let's see, where is it? You can change the map size. So you can say like, I want to make it, 3,000 by 3,000. And you can make the map bigger, so you can expand the map as the players explore the world. And it just told me I can't actually undo that, which is might be a problem. I can't undo it. But you can expand the map, so you can keep building it out and building it out and building it out, which I'm excited about. But I started it. We had 2 sessions so far, and I think it's going well. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I wasn't sure how to run combat in Powered by the Apocalypse. That was my one thing from my last session. And I need to look up the combat rules for Powered by the Apocalypse, because as written, the rules are like, the DM doesn't roll and reacts to players. Then I'm like, do NPCs just like sit around until they get attacked? I need to look that up. I need to look that up because that, I think, was a bit off last time. But it's a new system. It's a new system, and I will learn, we'll get better, and we will improve through the whole way. And sorry, let me go over here, check something. And honestly, that's mostly what I want to talk about. Goodbye, map. Let me close without saving. Oh, okay, I cannot save. Oh, thank God. I think I will admit I've run out of topics. Run out of topics. I've been enjoying recently streaming Dark Souls 2, and it is doing numbers. 5s of people are watching it on the total. The concurrency is not that great still, but that's fine. I'm looking at, I've spent like the last probably 6 months trying out different types of streams, trying different things, seeing how I feel. And I'm really honing in on like what I enjoy streaming, what is successful, and what I don't like streaming. And It's like, it's funny. I started off because I want to stream games. So I feel like game streaming is definitely less successful than some other types of content. Fiddle practice, somehow music practice, somehow more successful, probably less saturated. These chatting streams generally get more views than I think they should, which then puts me into an embarrassment, a chuny embarrassment crisis of like, oh my God, what did I say? And everyone saw it. And Soulsborne games. So like Dark Souls games, some cult classic games like Signalis did well, Ender Lilies, and then factory games. Like I think when I get back to Factorio, it is going to go great, or I'll enjoy it a lot, and that's what matters. So what that means is goodbye, narrative RPGs. You will never be back on stream. So sad. So sorry. Bye-bye. Unless a bunch of people request it, in which case I'm very susceptible to peer pressure. Drawing streams probably aren't coming back. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just not good at it. Or I don't find joy in the practice of drawing. I think that's more an apt description there. Maybe if I quit my job and have more time. The dream. Oh, a wee bit tired. I don't have anything major coming up otherwise. Or any other topics. I realize every time I schedule some of these chatting streams, I'm like, I'll schedule a chatting stream. I'll figure out what to talk about. And then like the day before, I'm like, I have nothing to talk about. And I cry and I cry and I get over it. And I drink some iced coffee and I cry and have some jalapeno chips and I cry. I have a mint chocolate chip ice cream sandwich, which I'm definitely not going to eat after this. While I read some manga. Haha, who would do that? Haha. But that's probably where I'm gonna probably call it and wrap this up at more or less an hour, like I said this time. Not every chatting stream needs to be 2 hours, 3 hours long. Sometimes you get into it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're gonna try and see where it lands. So my next stream is, what's the eraser true? 7 p.m. Sunday, PST. Dark Souls 2. Oh, also probably 1 p.m. Saturday. Fiddle practice. Which honestly are gonna be like, it's like a 10-minute stream, so like don't count on it. Don't count on it. I'm doing that just for accountability, and also I kind of like it like a mini chatting stream, really. The only challenge is you can't drink half a bottle of wine at one. Oh, you can. You shouldn't drink half a bottle of wine at 1 p.m. yet. So those 2 upcoming streams. I'll keep going Dark Souls 2. And after Dark Souls 2, I'll probably look at my backlog and maybe pick something off my backlog. Or look at this current Steam sale and buy something. I really want to play Code Vein 2 when it drops below $30. Or like Stellar Blade or something. Some other modern action RPG. But that's for the future. For now, Dark Souls 2, Fiddle practice, chatting in like a week or 2. Drew a weird line. Oh, undo. There we go. I'm Sanish. Thank you for joining me on this Friday chatting stream. And I hope everyone has a great Friday evening, great weekend, and I'll see everybody next time I stream. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ta-ta. Farewell.